The world had been taken over by a deadly virus, turning people into mindless, flesh-eating zombies. The streets were filled with the moans of the undead, and the once bustling cities now lay in ruins. The survivors were few and far between, and those who were lucky enough to still be alive had to constantly fight for their survival. One of these survivors was a young woman named Lily. She had been on a camping trip with her friends when the outbreak occurred, and she had been separated from them in the chaos. She had been wandering the streets for days, scavenging for food and shelter, until she stumbled upon an old bank vault. The vault had been abandoned, and Lily saw it as the perfect place to hide from the zombies. She managed to pry open the heavy metal door and entered the vault, closing it behind her and barricading it with whatever she could find. Inside, Lily found a small room with a bed, a desk, and a few shelves filled with canned food and water. It seemed that someone had been using the vault as a shelter before she arrived. She also found a radio, which she turned on, in hopes of finding any survivors. But all she heard was static. Lily knew that she couldn't stay in the vault forever. She needed to find a way to survive in this new world. She spent the first few days organizing the supplies and fortifying her shelter. She also spent time learning how to use the weapons she had found in the vault, including a shotgun and a few handguns. As days turned into weeks, Lily's routine became monotonous. She would spend her days scavenging for supplies in the nearby buildings, always on high alert for any signs of danger. At night, she would return to the vault to rest and plan for the next day. But one day, Lily's routine was disrupted when she heard a loud banging on the vault door. She grabbed her shotgun and cautiously approached the door, ready to defend herself. But to her surprise, it was a young man who had been bitten by a zombie. The man, whose name was Max, begged Lily to let him in. He said that he had been wandering the streets alone and had stumbled upon the vault. He promised that he was not infected yet and that he could be of help to her. Lily was hesitant at first, but she couldn't turn away another survivor in this world. She let Max in and tended to his wound, using the limited medical supplies she had. She also taught him how to defend himself, and they started working together to scavenge for supplies. As they spent more time together, Lily and Max grew closer. They shared stories of their lives before the outbreak and found comfort in each other's company. Max even managed to fix the radio, and they were able to pick up a few radio transmissions of other survivors in the area. But their newfound sense of safety and hope was short-lived when a group of armed survivors stormed into the vault. They were a ruthless group, taking whatever they wanted, and showing no mercy to anyone who stood in their way. Lily and Max knew they had to defend themselves, and a fierce battle broke out. Lily used her skills with a shotgun, while Max used his expertise in hand-to-hand combat. They fought for their lives, but they were outnumbered and outgunned. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, the sound of military helicopters filled the air. The group of survivors quickly retreated, and the helicopters landed near the vault. A group of soldiers emerged, armed and ready to rescue any survivors they could find. Lily and Max were overjoyed to see the soldiers and were quickly taken to safety. They were brought to a refugee camp where they were reunited with Lily's friends who had also managed to survive. Lily and Max were grateful for each other's company and were relieved to have found a safe haven. As they sat by the campfire, Lily and Max looked back on their time in the vault. They knew that they wouldn't have survived without each other's help. And as they gazed at the stars above, they knew that they had a bright future ahead of them, thanks to their determination and resilience in the face of a zombie apocalypse. Yay, the end. Oh right, yeah, I have to do this stuff now. Like, comment and subscribe. And please watch my other videos and comment ideas on stories.